everyone, welcome back to the channel. Peace and blessings from Kish and the Heinz Feet family. We're diving into something that's been a hot topic. Janet Jackson's recent comment about Vice President Kamala Harris and whether she's considered black. It sparked a lot of conversation, and I've been doing some research to get to the bottom of it. Let's break it down. So, Janet Jackson's comment seems to suggest that Vice President Kamala Harris isn't black, at least not in the same sense as many African Americans who have ancestral ties to slavery in the United States. To understand this better, I decided to dig a little deeper. One thing I found interesting is the distinction between being black and having roots specifically tied to slavery in the U.S. When I looked it up, I found that no U.S. president has had ancestors who were enslaved in America. Barack Obama, our first African-American president, has African heritage, but his lineage doesn't trace back to enslaved people in America. His father was from Kenya, so while Obama is black, his roots don't connect to the history of slavery in the U.S. Now, Kamala Harris is of mixed heritage. Her father, Donald Harris, is of Jamaican descent and has spoken about his family history, which includes enslaved Africans in Jamaica. So, while she has African roots, like Obama, her lineage doesn't trace back to enslaved Africans in the U.S. specifically. With all that said, maybe this is what Janet Jackson was getting at. She could be making the point that Kamala Harris isn't black, in the sense of being directly tied to the history of African American slavery in the U.S. Or maybe she's suggesting that Harris isn't black at all, which is something I've also heard people say in these discussions. With that being said, you just never know. Let me know in the comments. Do you think we'll ever have a president or vice president with direct ancestral roots tied to slavery here in the U.S.? Or do you think future black leaders will continue to have heritage connected to other countries, like we've seen so far? Will it always be the case that their lineage is from outside the U.S., even if they identify as black? I'm really interested in hearing your thoughts on this, so let's keep the conversation going in the comments.